But nigga, if I don't make however much a doctor make in a year in a month, I'm in the hole, brother. Bro, I'm broke.
Hey guys, so I'm about to head to college and I'm not really gonna be acting anymore, and I feel like I owe an explanation to my fans as to why I'm not gonna do that. Well, reason number one, I just really want to go to college. It's been a thing in my family, and I feel like I can learn a lot and expand my, mental barriers and all that, so I want to do that. Reason number two, I hate celebrity culture. The idea that because someone is more attractive than you, or can sing better than you, or can dance better than you, or can act better than you means they're a better person, know better than you, deserve all this praise, deserve to be worshipped like a god. It's asinine to me. I've been there. I've been behind the scenes. These people have, real people. They're real people, so they have real people flaws, obviously. But then they act like they're better than people, and that bothers me. So I don't want to be a part of that world. Reason number three, I think I can make more of a difference in the world in business. Reason number four, I think the entertainment industry is unoriginal and over-censored now. And those are the biggest things for me. Hope you guys understand my decision.
So something about me that I understand is very out of touch is that I've never had a real job. I've never had a 9-to-5 job because I started photography when I was in high school, and that became my job, and I was a freelancer, and I've just done creative work ever since then. And so I've never been at an office or at a retail job or anything like that. Last 2 days I've been essentially working shifts. I've been working all day at my mom's vintage shop in Arizona. I have been so humbled. I'm exhausted. I have to come home and immediately take a nap. Honestly, it was so fun to have my little matcha, go in, clock in for work, scan items. I had a ball, I had a blast. And I'll definitely be doing that again when I come back to Arizona. I loved it, but why am I so tired from working for 2 days?
Is it me, or are we starting to see the 9-to-5 make a comeback? I don't know if it's just my For You page, but over the last few days, all I've been seeing is full-time content creators, full-time influencers saying that they're done with influencing full-time. The headlines are they don't find it intellectually stimulating, they hate the inconsistency of pay, and they find it pretty isolating. Which completely makes sense, because the nature of the job for most people is you making videos in your home typically, and then working with brands to advertise their products and services. So for me, this hashtag 9-to-5 comeback, which is what I'm calling it, makes complete sense. And to be honest, I predicted that things would go this way anyway. As I've been saying for a while that I would not quit my career to be a full-time content creator. In fact, I took a year off and did content for a year, and I'm back, clocked in at work now. I learned a lot from that experience, and now I'm a huge advocate for people just doing both. Girl, please don't quit your corporate job unless you really want to, just to pursue content full time, especially not just from the jump, if you've only been working for a couple of months and all you're seeing is people be being a content creator, be an influencer, do this, do that. Don't just leave your job because of that. I'm doing both for the last 5 years, apart from my year out. And honestly, the benefits of having both is unmatched. I love having a full-time job that is intellectually stimulating for me. I work in software sales as a solutions engineer. I love wearing corporate clothes. I love going to a lovely office in central London. I love getting a pay every single month. And on the content side, I love doing brand deals. I love being paid my entire salary in one campaign. I love getting gifting. I love restaurant experiences. I love all the free stuff. If you're going to do both for as long as you can, I think that's the way to go. Allowing yourself to actually slowly grow in both your career and your content creation business. Once you've built enough experience in a career that you can fall back on, you've built enough capital, and you know it's what you want to do, then you can leave your job and pursue it. I call this being a payslip millionaire, doing both a 9-to-5 and pursuing other interests without quitting your career. If you're a girl that's doing the same thing, let me know in the comments, and let me know what you think of the 9-to-5 comeback.
So I am an influencer who 3 months ago decided to get a full-time job because I'm just not a fan of doing influencing full-time. It did not fill my cup up. That being said, I've seen so many things online recently of influencers being so goddamn out of touch, and from one influencer to another who has probably even maybe said some of these things. I'm not totally innocent, but now I just vow to never do it because I try to be self-aware. But this is just a message to my fellow influencers of things you just shouldn't say online because you're really not sounding good. And I've seen a lot of it in the last couple weeks. Number one, the to-do list where you say you're so busy and it's just appointments. Just keep it to yourself. Just keep it to yourself, okay? You're really pissing people off. Don't do it. People don't, that's someone's relaxing Sunday. just keep it to yourself. You can feel how you want to feel. Your followers don't want to hear about it. I promise you, like, it's pissing them off. Number 2, I saw this video of someone, like, being really upset because it's, like, they're not being paid enough as an influencer, which is crazy because as an influencer, that most of my money comes from what I do online, which I'm so thankful for, but, like, to say that you're not being paid enough as an influencer is crazy. Do brands come at you with crazy requests for, like, not enough money? 100%. But to post online that you should get 10 grand a video, I've gotten great deals in my lifetime, and again, I'm so thankful for it, and that's literally amazing that there's this much money in the space. But to outright be like, my videos deserve to be 10 grand. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You can't, don't post that. People make TikToks for fun, okay? This is people's hobby. And you think you demand 10 grand a video? Don't post that. Keep it to yourself. Number 3, it was this video of Dixie D'Amelio, which I actually really like the D'Amelio, so I'm really sorry. But this video, I'm just saying, PSA to my influencers, don't talk like this. Her saying how she just wants to marry rich so she doesn't have to work. Babes is a multimillionaire. Don't say you're so tired of working and you just want to marry rich. Like, you gotta be self-aware, y'all. Let me know. Do you want me to keep making these?
As someone who used to be a social media influencer, here's why I stopped. Also, just as a side note, I didn't just do TikTok. I did Instagram and YouTube as well. You can go check those out, except Instagram because I disabled that. But anyways, there's 3 main reasons why I quit doing social media. And number 1 was the algorithm. Number 2 was the people. And number 3 was simply just because of who I am and who I became. So what a lot of people don't understand about social media is that you want a slow burn when it comes to creating your audience, right? A lot of people are always creating content for that big, huge video, right? And there are certain situations in which that can propel your social media career and really set you up for life. But I would say for the majority of people, what really works best is slowly building that audience and creating buy-in for who you are and what you are trying to do on social media. And unfortunately for me, what happened was I made a few videos that ended up, popping off, getting like 1 million plus views, 1 million plus likes, and got a ton of followers from it. And it really just anchored me down to only creating kind of like a singular kind of content. And if I didn't make any content surrounding that central idea or theme, it really didn't go anywhere. So in other words, I was just making content for it to go nowhere. In other words, like not toward my intended audience. And number 2 is the people. And what I mean by the people is the people in your space of social media in which you would collaborate with or potentially collaborate with. And collaboration is just huge because it helps to grow your audience, create buy-in for, people on your mission with social media. And for me, it was hard to find people to collaborate with because I found that I just had a different view on life and a different personality that a silent majority I felt in the fitness industry didn't have. Like, a lot of people did things off camera that didn't align with the things that they were sharing on social media, right? So like if you're promoting health and wellness, but then, off camera, I see you doing a lot of drugs, you can't stop hitting your nicotine pen, and like doing all this stuff, like it just tells me that, you're promoting something that you don't actually believe in. And that's not someone I want to collaborate with, right? So it was just hard for me to find those people. I did, right? Like I still found people that I felt, aligned with, the content I wanted to create. I did collab with them, and I would still say I'm still in connection with them today. And the last point being like myself and me changing, right? Like it kind of intertwines with number 1 being the algorithm because, when I was on social media, right, like I was pretty young. Like I was 19 to 21 when I was kind of at my peak with social media. When I stopped, I was about 24 and almost 25. And I changed so much within those years. I had like a lot of serious events happen in my life and it just really matured me. And so when I wanted to create content on the same social media page that I had from when I was younger, right, it just didn't mesh with any of the people that followed me because the content I was creating before that wasn't as mature, I guess you could say. And so I just didn't get a lot of buy-in from the people that followed me. And so, yeah, that's why I stopped posting social media. And now I work in corporate. I actually like working my 9 to 5. It's enjoyable, surprisingly. And someday I do wonder, like, will I ever return to social media? And if I do, it won't be in fitness.
I quit my job nearly 2 years ago to live the dream and become a full-time influencer and content creator. And now I'm looking for a job again. And today I'm going to tell you the brutal, unfiltered, honest truth about being a full-time influencer. First things first, no, this has nothing to do with money. Financially, I am doing the best that I've ever done. That being said, when I blew up on social media 3 years ago, I was working a full-time job, which was stressful, but one that I really loved. I had just gotten out of a very toxic relationship, so I was finding myself, and I'd also just moved into my first ever studio apartment. So there was a lot of life going on for me, which naturally inspired me to put myself out there and to start making videos. Like, I was actively living a happening life and I was processing it by talking about it on socials. I then blew up on Instagram and I managed both my job and my Instagram for a whole year. Finally, after doing it for nearly 12 months, I quit my job because it was taking up a lot of time. But on the other hand, my social media was paying so much more for like a third of the time. So quitting became the better financial decision to make, and also because everyone talks about freedom and working for yourself, and that is highly glorified. But even while quitting my job, I knew that this would probably be a temporary break for me to explore what being a full-time influencer would be like. Now, after quitting, it took me nearly 6 to 8 months to just get used to how much time there was in my day. Unlike what a lot of influencers say, our work does not actually take a lot of time. We do not have to get stuck in traffic for 3 hours every single day. We can go on holiday anytime. Social media is not that hard, okay? And I'll be the first to admit that. And I did have a few productive months where I was, sharing my life, and I still loved what I was doing. But now I've officially reached that phase where this can't be what I do full time. No matter how incredible social media is and being an influencer is, and how amazing it is to get PR packages and get invited to events and portray this glam life that, yes, influencers do have, we as humans also need pressure and contrast and friction in our life. Especially as a creative person, I've realized that I need to have a happening life that I'm deeply engaged with in order to be inspired to come and talk to you about it. I've been trying to make a creative vlog of my day for weeks now, and I don't know what to do because my life is just waking up and checking my socials and probably doing a brand deal and then thinking about what to post, and this is not life. And it's been a bit of a hard realization because the reality is, no matter how I feel, I also don't know if I can actually go back to a job. I also don't know what kind of jobs to apply for. Like, what's the next step forward? No matter how much people glorify freedom and being your own boss and waking up with no to-do lists, I just happen to belong to that category of people who thrives when they are stimulated. So yeah, I'm excited to share that I am in the job market again, hunting and looking for opportunities. And I hope this video has opened your eyes in some way about the reality of being an influencer.
Everyone's quitting their 9 to 5 to go full time with influencing and content creating, and I'm doing the opposite. And I'm pulling back the curtain a little bit because I'm going back to my 9 to 5 and doing all this hoopla on the side, and I want to pull back the curtain and talk about it a little bit and why you should be a little bit more cautious in what some of these people are telling you. This is part 2 of the episode of that whole conversation. I just want to say up front, the point of why I'm making these videos is to show you that you are probably actually living the dream, and you just don't look at it that way, or you've been influenced negatively by influencers. Isn't that ironic? To not view your life in the correct lens and perspective. And if you did, you would understand that you have so much more of a future ahead of you, and you're doing so much better than you think that you are, and you are investing in the right things, you're taking the right steps towards your dream life. And influencers make it seem like they're having so much fun and doing all this cool stuff. My point number 1 today is that you are probably making a better investment in your 5 to 10 year plan than a lot of influencers are in what they will result in 5 to 10 years. Your 1 year might seem way more mundane. You might have to go to an office. You might have to wake up, super early to get in at 9 and then sit at a desk until 5. But the point is very, very few people get to do what they're passionate about as their career. But you can have a career that then funds you to do what you're passionate about. Influencers might make more than you in 1 month. They might even make more than you in 1 year, but will they make more than you in 3? And will they make more than you in 5? And definitely will they make more than you in 10? Probably not. Or the majority of them probably won't. I would say that maybe like the top 5% probably do, but in a really oversaturated influencer market that we have today, are you going to end up in that 5%? Who knows? The point of why I'm trying to drive that is to say, Don't get jealous of what influencers are doing to make the same amount as your salary, because they probably won't make the same amount of you from a fiscal perspective, and definitely from a 5-year perspective. That was a lot of rambling. So to wrap up, what I'm really trying to say is you have no idea how valuable it is to have stability. And if you have stability right now, I want you right now to be thankful for it, because I've learned the hard way the price tag that is actually on stability, and learned to be so thankful that I have, and God has given me stability in my finances, in my peace, in my mind, in my relationships. And so influencers will always struggle to have that, because you can't necessarily do anything to maintain stability in a game that you are almost completely out of control of and surrender to an algorithm. So that's today's thought. You are probably living the dream life. I would just want you to look at it that way. Love you.
So here's the thing, actually a lot of things. I feel like we're about to dive into a lot of different topics here, so I would love to hear like you guys' comments, your thoughts on just like all of this. I was a full-time influencer for a little over 2 years, and before that I had a real job, like normal person job, whatever you want to call it, 9 to 5, doing both at the same time. Well, long story short, I just started making more money doing this, and I was like more passionate about it, so I was like, why the heck am I like doing this job? I could be doing this full time and like making more money. Long story short, so I've been influencing, content creating, whatever you want to call it, for the last couple of years, solely just doing that. I'm gonna try to say this in the nicest way possible, and to not sound like hypocritical, or like also to not like put like other content creators down. Like, this is just like how I was feeling. A lot of different reasons I decided to go back to work. One of them being I just got bored. Every single day I would do the same thing. Of course, you're working on different projects some days, but a video concept, a video idea, filming a video, editing a video, it does not take me that long. It does not take me all day. And some months and some weeks are different. Like I am not every day filming an ad. I don't every day have an idea to film. So I just got bored, honestly. The reason, I just felt like I just wasn't fulfilled. I didn't feel like I was like filled with passion. I didn't feel like I was helping anybody. I didn't feel like a purpose, really. I felt like this was like meaningless work. Started to feel like the work that I was doing was very, very like not materialistic. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I used to like pride myself in being like a very multi-dimensional person. Like, I used to do a lot of things. I was good at a lot of things. I had a lot going on. Like, I really was just like this well-rounded individual. Started to feel like, and I heard another creator saying this, like, I feel like I'm losing brain cells. Like, I feel like I'm not smart anymore. I feel like I haven't taught myself anything. I just got very comfortable, and it was like, I didn't know how to get myself out of that. I felt like the only way to get myself out of that was to like humble myself, to ground myself, and to go back to work. Wholeheartedly believe that influencing will put you so out of touch. I notice it so much more now, and it's made me be more mindful about the things that I'm posting and the way that I'm saying things. And I get very like irritated by certain influencers, content creators that I see. The thing is, like, I worry about the world of influencing and content creating. Like, I would love to do this for as long as I can. I just feel like there's only so much you can do with it, and I hate to think about it so little like that. Unless you're creating like a product or a brand and like monetizing off of that, like, I feel like there's only so much you can do. I'd love one day to create my own business, or to like continue to just like to have the freedom to work for myself again, but like, I don't know what I want to do. So sitting around all day just like thinking and thinking, like, it was not like, nothing was coming out of it. Just not personally ready to like have my own brand, have my own business. So think this space is just so oversaturated. You can create a product, anybody can create a brand, like, that's great and all, but like, there's so many dang products out there now, and it's just it's overwhelming. The consumerism is, and this is where I said, like, there's just like so many thoughts going on in my brain, and like, there's so many reasons as to why I did this, and so many like things that I'm like thinking and feeling. How many products can these creators keep coming up with? How many products can these influencers keep putting out there? And what is the longevity of this? Like, I just feel like people are like putting things out there to put things out there because they can, because they have a following right now. Understand where I'm coming from? Like, I'm really not trying to be a hater, also not trying to be hypocritical, because at the end of the day, I'm still a creator. I don't want this to be my whole identity. You know what I mean? Moral of the dang story. I was just bored. I felt like I needed more. I needed to try something new. I needed to get out there again. I wanted to ground myself. Like, I just feel like this is what I need right now. I'd love to continue this conversation in the comments. Like, influencers in general, the influencer world, like, I want to hear all your thoughts. I want to hear all the tea. I love to hear it. That's all.
Something has been happening to influencers, and they never saw it coming. Recession hit everyone, and finally it has caught up with them, and it's not going good. They are going to 9 to 5. Most of them is due to burnouts. job security, the money is not coming anymore, the delays, the deals, they're not getting good deals, and they want a change. Some have outgrown whatever they were doing. They started doing it when they are young. Now they are old and they feel like whatever they were doing is childish. Now they are more mature, they can do it. You've had them, and these are just my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, subscribe to this channel. I'll see you on the next one.